guys, this is Binky the Hunter. I hope you guys like my new outfit. I bought this kind of specially for Windmill. He's a friend of mine and he laughed at my Doc Monsignor clothing. He said it looks ridiculous, but this one looks even way more ridiculous, I would say. So only the hat, I kept my cowboy hat because the hat that went with this just looked like an alien head or something. It was way too big in comparison to the rest, to my head. So I know I'm thick-headed, but okay. Today we're at Red Feather Falls. I filled my bare barrel a few days ago, but I completely forgot about that. So I just realized, and it's only has 6 units left. So it's only today I can still use it. So I enter the competition, the bear stopper. I have to shoot the biggest black bear with the 44 revolver. And if you guys want to see, this is where I put my bear feeder. This is where I always had it. I tested a lot of spots, but this spot for some reason is magical for me. It works perfectly. So my plan was go look for bears here for the bear stopper competition. There was a competition for black-tailed deer and moose. Those are also a lot in this area, but those weren't very interesting competitions. There was another competition for white-tailed deer and for Roosevelt elk. The white-tailed deer I had to shoot with the 10 point, this one, and the biggest elk I had to shoot with any bow. So I also got the pulsar in my backpack, and I brought the 30R, just if I see something interesting in the distance that is trouble getting normally with a bow or something. I can always take it when I see a big albino or something. You never know, so always come prepared. I got scent spray for blacktails and elk, and that's about it. And mostly what I do is I run a bit here. That's what I like about this area. There is a hill between where I come from and the barrel, so, and my setup, so I can be quite bold in getting there. And mostly from here is where I start walking, because from here on you can start seeing bears mostly. But not today. So let's keep running. The down part about a feeder is you can't put a tent next to it. You always have to have 350 or 400 meters, I'm not sure, but about 400 meters distance between your feeder and the tent. So there's one map where you can go around that. That's Piccabean Bay. I'll show that later. I got a pig feeder there, and that's where you can go around that distance you have to walk. But on all other setups you always have to keep in mind the distance from where you can spawn in. So also close to lodges you can put down bear feeder, for example. Not that that would work, but that distance is always in there. We had a blacktail call. I'm not gonna call it in yet. I'm pretty sure I can see that when I reach my tree stand, so it's a real open area there. But first, the main thing with the bear hunt most of the time is getting in your setup without getting eaten halfway around, because there are a lot of bears, yeah, just roaming around your barrel area. So a lot of times you get bears in the way that prevent you from going to there easily. But as long as you stay prone with the bears, you can come very close. Normally I use Boone and Crockett camo. This one I have now also only works for deer, so no camo at all for the bears I'm hunting. But still I had them within 10-15 meters without them charging me. So Stay prone, that's the clue. A lot of guys, a lot of people ask for what camo should I buy. I would be fine with the standard camo, I think. Because like said, I always used Boone and Crockett a lot, and it only worked for deer species, so I never ever had any camo for all the bears I ever hunted in this game. So, and other things like coyotes, wolves. This is strange. Normally I would find some bears here, but oh, there's a bear. I think there's, ah damn, I spooked them already. That's a female. That's a small male. That one, small male. But they will always return, so I'm not too worried. There's a nice moose in the background. What's that bear? Can I spot that? 20 to 22. It's a decent bear, but won't win me the competitions. So what I do a lot of time when I enter these competitions, I have 10 tries. Oh, where is that black-tailed deer? It's right there. When I'm in the trees, then I can see that. But you get 10 tries, and mostly what I do is I go here, and when I try to see the bears or pick up the tracks. That's good for your tracking. I'm level 20 now, so for me that's not important anymore. But when you run around here and you pick up all the tracks and you get a little bit high, you can see the weight, and as soon as there's a max weight one, a big one, that's when I start hunting this place serious. But now the main thing is I scout it out, and that's what I do every time, and that's why I don't really mind with the other two competitions. There are no whitetail and no Roosevelt elk here on this part of the map, but when I'm finished looking around here, mostly what I do is I fast travel to the Darkwood Lodge, and there's only whitetail deer and Roosevelt elk in that area. So, and also when I shoot an animal here, I get a penalty on my barrel. That's also when I go to the other lodge and hunt there for 30 minutes till the penalty is gone. So that's mostly how I use up my attempts. So sometimes I go in here 10 times, I see no interesting bears at all, and I just piss off again. Quite some bears around, but I think that's the biggest one, and that's not very high weight and not a very high score. The max score estimate is 24 and the max weight estimate is 290. So if you get one that has those two estimates, I would say stay around until he comes back. Because now if we just wait, we didn't shoot anything, so we have no penalty at all. The bears will always return, so. And what the penalty does, by the way, is when you shoot a rifle or a bow close to your, within 200 meters I think from the barrel, you get 30 minutes penalty. And what it does, it still attracts bears, but the attraction radius isn't that big, so that's the only down part you get. But when you got some more bears in the area, it still can reward to stay around, and they will still come back. So I think there's not much interesting here. A small moose to 120, that's too small. So now that I checked this out, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave. That one I already spotted earlier. The bears, by the way, for some reason you can spot them out easily. See, I don't even see it, I hardly see it, but yeah, your normal binocular just picks it up easy. So even from crazy distances, sometimes you look around you and all of a sudden you get bear spotting info and you have no idea where the bear is. So I don't know why that is, but some animals are easier to spot. The outlining turns on earlier than other species. See that moose? Yeah, the moose also isn't that hard, but snowshoe rabbits are another good example. When you look with your normal binoculars, you can spot them. Sometimes you get the spotting info from very far away, but when you're hunting fox or something, then it's really tricky to spot them. Sometimes you really have to focus on them and zoom in, and then still it can take some time before you get the spotting info. So I have no idea why that is, but like I said, with the bears it's one of the easiest to spot. You always, yeah, it always spots them out. Yeah, there's one walking on the right of the screen and it gets it already. So while if that would be a white-tailed deer or something else, you wouldn't pick it up from that range. So good thing to know. I think this is it for here. And now what I do is, because I got two more competitions with Roosevelt elk and white-tailed deer, I just go here, see what I get. Mostly you get a call right away. And there it is. There's a white-tailed deer. A lot of people say never run, but I don't really care. You can run a bit, as long as you're not in plain sight, but let's see if we can call it in, and then we have to shoot it with the 10-point crossbow for it to count for the competition. So this will be a nice spot, I think. So I give some calls here. He wasn't that far, so better get going. I'll lay down here. If I'm lucky, he will stop. If he comes in from the direction he called, he will stop, giving me a perfect broadside shot. So moving to the side is a good plan if you get a good opportunity. Animals a little further away, or you're in doubt, or it lives in group, and other animal whitetails don't live in groups, but you can also use the scent spray. I normally use a lot of scent spray because that, yeah, lasts longer than a call. So as long as the animal is within 150 meters, he will come to the place where you put the scent spray, and it isn't that expensive, so I recommend just use it a lot. When you get a nice buck or something, you get up to 100 gems or something, so don't worry about the money too much. And when you get animals that live in groups, mostly the bigger ones come in slower, so when you put down the scent spray, it can help a lot. You can move away from the spot where you put it down, and you can first watch the smaller ones come in, and then the big one in the back will also come to the scent spray, as long as you don't spook any of the others. So that way you get, yeah, a bigger chance of getting the biggest animal from the group. So use the scent spray. He already called again. That also tells me something most of the time, that it's not that big. But that isn't 100% accurate. So, but mostly the bigger animals don't call as much as the small ones or the females. So I hear the footsteps. Now wait till I see movement. somewhere, I think. It looks like movement, but yeah, there he is. Come on, move. Looks like a 120s buck. Yeah, I hear you. Just check if it's the same one, but I think it is. It is. So shouldn't wait too long because then the call expires. So, but since I already see him, I can give another one. He will still go to the last spot I called on the road there until that one is expired. Then he will come to the one I just made. So. Man, what's he doing? Floating tree. From here I can take a shot, I think. 26 meters, that's the tiniest buck, man. 45 to 65. It's not even worth shooting. Let's see, the 10 points, so 10, 20, 30. That's right about there. Perfect. Game glitched a bit when I shot, but now that monster will score for my competition. So, damn, that was another one. That was stupid. That's a bigger one, but that's also a 120s buck or something. Well, also, that is a 120s buck. So, not worth going after. Okay. And that gives me 45th place. Awesome. Let's see. Let's get the weight from this one. Normally I come in slower when I made a shot. That's what I recommended in some of my last videos. So, but now I made that mistake. Now you see why. The weight is actually quite high, up to 95. So if you would find this, you would follow that. But we know it's a 120s buck. So, but I think what I'll do, I don't got a penalty on the bear barrel, so I'm gonna do a restart until I find a nice bear or something nice here. So that's the idea. That's how I mainly go on those competitions. Okay, here's my second attempt, and I'm approaching my barrel, and this time there is a bear between me and the barrel in my setup. So, and it's a male, 17 to 19, no monster, but it's a decent bear, but he won't win me the competition by far. So, ooh, there's another bear over there. Another male, same score estimate, only way lower weight. See if we can get there without getting charged. And when I'm on that side of him, I don't mind spooking him, because then he probably won't spook anything at the barrel, so I could just go for that. Why not? Let's run for a bit. He starts running right about now. Cool. With a bit of luck, he'll keep going in that side, that direction. Yeah, yes, nice. The other one is spooking as well. Good. Sometimes that can work in your advantage, so. And when I'm lucky, no bears are spooked at the barrel now. But I'll bring you back when I'm at the barrel. Here, by the way, one more thing I wanted to show you. There are a lot of bears at the barrel at the moment, no monsters. But I have absolutely no camo on, so look, and I'm not even prone yet, so that's what I mean with don't worry too much about the camo. Just thought I'd show you that real quick. There's not much here, only those ones at the barrel, so, and there's no monster there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fast travel again and do the same procedure as last hunt. Anything? Nice. Male elk. I have to switch to the bow and then see if it's a big one so we can make it count for the competition. So let's have a look. Here's our elk, but he's so small and he's all alone, so we'll just take him out. Come on, stop. Thank you. Let's see if anything else responds, but I think he's alone. But unlike I did in last hunt, don't go in too fast. You can see last hunt what happens sometimes. But this is nothing interesting. So I'll do a restart and bring you back when I find something interesting. This is the third time I go to the barrel, but this time there is a bear in between. Sometimes it can get tricky to get to the barrel, so this might be one of those times. Game is glitching a bit. It could be a good sign. A lot of activity at the barrel maybe. But there were also some moose over there and some blacktails over there. I hear the bear breathing. Now there is one thing with these bears at the barrel. The big ones, they spook away the smaller ones, so that one probably will try to go back to the barrel and then encounter a bigger bear and probably spook in our direction again. And man, I get a lot of glitching. Stop it. big one this time. Nope. That one's even smaller. In the background also nope. There's one over there. And a moose. Nope. I think I'm gonna go to the other lodge again and then do a restart. So now you get an idea. If I do these competitions, sometimes I play it like this. I don't spend much time here, I don't shoot any animals. I just keep hoping for a big one. So I'll keep doing this, and next when I find something real interesting I'll record it again, but this is about what I wanted to show you. This is my final attempt, guys, and again there is no bear that will win me the competition, but there are two very nice ones. So what I was thinking, I'll just gonna shoot them. That one and that one. Where are you? Come on, turn. Good. That's an intestine shot, the second one. What? That one's down. See if we can put a follow-up shot in that one. That's a different one or not? Yeah, it is. Perfect. Where's the other one? He will go down because it's an intestine shot, but ah well. So no luck in the competitions. These were the biggest bears I saw in all my attempts, so none with a score estimate higher of 23. And let's see what we got. It's about 100 gems, 113. Nice. Next one. Another 89 gems. Where did I hit the last one? Intestine. should be down by now or not. Yeah, he is. This is the one I shot, and that there's another one, so perfect. And the last one. Another big one. Ooh, that's even bigger. Nice. Shall we take a trophy shot? Why not? For the thumbnail.